You know what's funny? Everyone thinks mirrors are harmless. Just something you use to check your hair or make sure you don't have spinach in your teeth before a date. But I'm going to tell you something that happened to me, and I need you to listen carefully. Don't ever sleep facing a mirror. Trust me on this one. Because one night, you're going to see what's behind you in that reflection. And when you do, well, let's just say it sees you too. Starting over. So there I was, 32 years old and starting completely over. My boyfriend Daniel had just dumped me, said I was too broken for him. Thanks for that confidence boost, right? Then I lost my job when the startup I worked for went belly up. Couldn't afford our apartment anymore, so I ended up in this tiny studio on Sycamore Street. The place was a dump, honestly. Smelled like someone's grandmother's basement, paint peeling everywhere, floors that creaked if you looked at them wrong. But hey, it was cheap and it was mine. The weird thing was this massive antique mirror nailed to the wall right across from the bed. Beautiful piece, actually, thick ornate frame, all darkened with age, little cracks running through the glass like spider webs. At first, I thought it added character to the place. God, I was such an idiot. The first night. My mom always said I was too curious for my own good. As a kid, I'd sneak around the house at night, checking closets and under beds for monsters. Sometimes I'd stare at mirrors too, making sure nothing was lurking behind me. Never found anything, though. Well, that was about to change. First night in the apartment, I was exhausted. Didn't even think about the mirror, just collapsed on the mattress and pulled the covers over my head. Fell asleep to the radiator making weird noises and cars honking outside. Then around 3 a.m., I jolted awake. You know that feeling when you wake up from a nightmare but can't remember what it was about? Heart pounding, covered in sweat, that kind of thing. The room was dark except for some streetlight coming through the blinds, hitting the mirror. And in that reflection, I saw myself lying there. Eyes wide open. But here's the thing, I wasn't moving. And I swear, for just a second, I watched myself smile. I sat up so fast I nearly gave myself whiplash, rubbing my eyes like crazy. When I looked again, it was just me staring back, no smile, no weirdness. I convinced myself it was just exhaustion and moving stress. Pulled the blanket over my head and forced myself back to sleep. Mrs. Patel's warning. Next morning, I bumped into my landlord, Mrs. Patel, while she was sweeping the front steps. Sweet old lady with these sharp eyes that missed absolutely nothing. Settling in okay? She asked. Yeah, it's cozy, I said, trying to be polite. She glanced up at my window, then back at me with this look. The mirror in your room, you should cover it at night. I laughed, awkwardly, you know. Why would I do that? She hesitated, looking around like she was checking if anyone was listening. Then she leaned in closer. It's bad luck to sleep facing a mirror. My mother always said, if you sleep facing a mirror, you'll see what's behind you. She gave me this sad look and walked away, dragging her broom behind her. Down the rabbit hole. Later that day, I couldn't stop thinking about what she'd said. Ended up on one of those late-night insomnia forums where people share weird sleep tips and crazy dreams. I posted, anyone heard about not sleeping facing mirrors? Most of the replies were jokes. What are you, superstitious? Just cover it, lol. Mirrors are portals, duh. But one comment made my stomach drop. Don't ignore it. I did. Now I can't sleep at all. If you see it, it sees you. It gets worse. That night, I draped a towel over the mirror before bed. Felt stupid doing it, but whatever. 3:13 a.m., I woke up again. The air felt heavy, like something was pressing on my chest. The towel was on the floor. The mirror was uncovered. I could see myself again, eyes open, staring. And behind me, there was this shadow. Tall, thin, standing right at the edge of what the mirror could show. I spun around so fast I nearly fell off the bed. Nothing there. When I looked back at the mirror, the shadow was gone. Next morning, I found this long scratch down my shoulder. Fresh, stinging, with a little blood on my sheets. I checked my nails, too short to leave a mark like that. And when I looked in the mirror to examine the scratch, I could swear my reflection was still facing forward, staring at me, even when I turned to the side. The phone call. Days went by. I tried ignoring it, telling myself it was stress from the move, from Daniel, from losing my job. Spent my time applying for work, eating ramen, and using Netflix to fill the silence. But every night, same thing. 3:13 a.m. I'd wake up, towel on the floor, staring at that mirror. Sometimes I'd catch movement in the glass, like someone ducking out of view when I blinked. Sometimes I'd see myself smiling when I definitely wasn't. One night, after too much wine, I called my ex Sam. Yeah, I know, desperate move. Sam, have you ever heard of mirrors being haunted? What? Lily, are you okay? Just humor me for a second. No, Lil. You need to get some sleep. I can't sleep. I think something's in the mirror. Long pause. Lily, you need to stop drinking and get help. He hung up. I sat there with the phone pressed to my ear, staring at my reflection, which seemed to be smiling wider than humanly possible. The recording. That night, I decided to record myself sleeping. Set up my phone on a stack of books, aimed at the mirror. Forced myself to sleep, clutching the blanket, whispering, "It's not real, it's not real." 3:13 a.m., I gasped awake, eyes snapping open. And I saw it. In the mirror, I was sitting up, staring directly into the glass, smiling. But I wasn't sitting up. I was still lying down. The reflection slowly raised its hand, placing it against the glass. And it whispered, voice crackling like old radio static. Now you see me. The video evidence. Next morning, I sat on the floor with my back against the wall, hands shaking as I hit play on the recording. Started normal enough, me lying there, blanket up to my chin. Mirror reflecting the same image. Then at exactly 3:13 a.m., I watched my reflection sit up slowly, like it was waking up. Head tilting to look directly into the glass. I didn't move. The reflection lifted its hand, placed it on the glass, smiled with eyes wide. Then its mouth moved. I turned the volume all the way up, pressed the phone to my ear. A whisper, like static, "Now you see me." I dropped the phone, and handed over my mouth to keep from screaming. Played it again and again, hoping I was wrong. But every time, same thing. The reflection moved on its own. Every time, it spoke. Finding Anna. I tried calling people, but no one picked up. Posted in the forum again, my reflection moved on its own. It spoke. Has anyone experienced this? Hours of silence. Then one message, "You need to talk to Anna." Anna wasn't what I expected. Mid-30s like me, hair tied back, dark circles under her eyes like she hadn't slept in weeks. We met at a coffee shop downtown, her hands trembling around a cup of chamomile tea. "You said your reflection moved," she asked, voice hoarse. "Yeah. It talked to me." She nodded, looking down. "I believe you." Anna's story. Anna told me she used to be a skeptic too. Until she moved into a house with a mirror at the foot of her bed. Started small, a smile out of sync, a blink that didn't match. Then it escalated. It spoke to her. And then it offered her a deal. She leaned in, whispering like the mirror could still hear her. "They're not just mirrors. They're doors. And what's on the other side isn't human." "What does it want?" I asked, mouth dry. Anna's eyes filled with tears. "It wants out. The research." She told me about the folklore she'd dug up. In ancient cultures, they covered mirrors when someone died so spirits couldn't escape through them. Mirrors reflect souls, but they can also trap them. If a mirror faces your bed while you sleep, you're vulnerable. If you see it, it sees you. If you acknowledge it, you invite it in. I went home and spent hours digging through city archives online. Found a pattern in my building. 1953, woman found dead, facing her mirror, eyes open. 1978, man jumped from the third floor after weeks of screaming about the watcher in the glass. 1999, tenant went missing, last seen whispering to her mirror. Every few decades. Same apartment. Same mirror. Same curse. Fighting back. I tried covering the mirror again. Nailed a thick blanket over it, hammering until my arms hurt. That night, 3:13 a.m., I woke to a soft tearing sound. The blanket was sliding down, inch by inch, revealing the glass. In the mirror, I saw myself standing over my own sleeping body. Watching. Smiling. Days blurred together after that. Stopped going out, stopped answering calls. Slept in terrified bursts, always waking up facing that mirror. Sometimes I'd hear it whispering even when I was awake. "You're so lonely, Lily. No one is coming. Let me in." I tried everything, ignoring it, screaming at it, begging it to leave me alone. But the more I fought, the stronger it got. The more I ignored it, the louder it whispered. "The rules." Called Anna again, sobbing. "I can't do this anymore. It's everywhere now. I see it on the TV screen, the window, even my phone." Anna's voice was calm but urgent. "You need to learn the rules." "What rules?" "Don't sleep facing the mirror. Never look at it in the dark. And whatever you do, don't talk to it." "But what if it talks to me?" Pause. "Then it's too late." The temptation. Anna came over with black fabric and salt, showed me how to line the mirror with salt and cover every reflective surface. "This won't stop it forever, but it'll slow it down." That night, the apartment felt heavier, like the air was thick, pressing on my lungs. I heard it whispering through the fabric. "You're tired, Lily. You're alone. Let me out, and you'll never be alone again." I was exhausted. I missed Daniel. I missed feeling safe, normal. I missed sleep. I sat in front of the covered mirror, knees pulled to my chest, tears dripping onto my pajamas. "What do you want from me?" I whispered. "To help you," it whispered back. "How?" "Let me out." The dream. That night, I dreamed of the mirror cracking open like a door. On the other side was me, smiling, arms outstretched. Behind her were others, dozens, maybe hundreds, trapped in darkness, eyes pleading. And she said, "All you have to do is say yes." I woke up gasping, sweat-soaked, staring at the covered mirror. For the first time, I whispered back, "What happens if I do?"